It's time to say goodbye. So as you can see, this snake plant is looking pretty sad and pretty floppy.
I'm so sad and floppy.
This is heavy, so I'm gonna put it down. So that snake plant right there was, I think, the second plant I ever got. Didn't know anything about plants when I got it, didn't know what I was doing, and didn't take great care of it. I got it at Lowe's and it was kind of like sopping wet when I got it, which snake plants typically don't like to be sopping wet. I probably watered it immediately after. I up-potted it to that giant pot. I did lots of things wrong with that plant. I've kind of neglected it, if I'm being honest. I'm pretty sure it had root rot, and now the roots are probably just like dry and dead, potentially. I'm pretty sure it's on its last leg. Is what I'm trying to say. So I'm basically gonna chop it down and repropagate it. It's not like a crazy varietal I'm worried about, so I think it'll look just fine after. Snake plant, from what I understand, is fairly easy to propagate. You just have to basically cut each leaf off, and then when roots start to form from that leaf, eventually it will kind of spout out another little pup. At least that's what I've seen, that's what I've heard. I've never propagated snake plant personally, but I have done some research, so I'm just gonna take a stab at it. It's a nice size, so I want to keep it about the same length, but obviously I'm gonna have to trim some off. I'm just gonna propagate it in a large glass container.
Hello. Hello.
I'm just gonna propagate it and put it in this large vase. Is that the fancy way to say it? Vase. Or vase, whatever you prefer. I'm just gonna propagate it and put it in this vase here. So let's get that started. As per the research I've read, snake plant typically does best if you let it callus over for about 24 hours. I watched a video on Summer Rain Oak's channel. I'll link it. She's like a big plant tuber, and that was her suggestion, and she's kind of the plant OG. So next, I'm gonna take the plant outside, I'll take you guys with me, and let's get to chopping. Ready to snip. I'm basically just gonna snip down each leaf, cut it off, and then let it sit. I also heard a tip to cut it in like a V shape, that way it gives it more surface area for roots to grow, so I'm gonna do that as well. Boom, roasted. So I finished cutting all the leaves down. As you can see, I basically snipped it at the end and made like a little V. That way when roots grow, they have more surface area. So tomorrow, after they're nice and calloused, I'm just gonna plop them in some water, drop them in, maybe, a couple inches deep, and hopefully they grow roots soon. So after I did a little bit more inspection of the root ball, it confirmed. They basically were just so dry. I overwatered them a really long time ago, and then I got nervous and basically stopped watering it, and it had been on the slow decline ever since. I've been putting this off for about 2 months because I've known its days were numbered. I just hadn't gotten around to it. So today's finally the day. I'm hoping that this creates a nice new full bush of snake plant, nice bountiful harvest of snake plant, if you will. And hopefully the snake plant in the jar will look nice as well. So that's kind of the goal. So I ended up taking the plant and separating it into like 3 kind of jars because that big vase was too big for some of the smaller leaves. So the small ones I put in here, the medium-sized ones I just put in like an old sauce container, and the large ones, which I think is the prettiest, I put in this jar here. So as you can see, I just put like a little bit of water in there just to kind of ensure that some roots will grow. I put a little bit of Super Thrive in there as well to hopefully promote root growth, and we'll kind of wait and see. Overall, it was a pretty simple process. Just kind of cut them, make that little V shape, let them callus over, and then throw them in some water. So pretty straightforward. Propagating plants is one of my favorite parts about being a plant parent, because you can just take the plants you've already got and turn them into more plants. So what a great concept. Well friends, that's all we got today. That's all we got in this little snake plant propagation video. What did you think about this little propagation journey? Have you ever propagated your snake plants before? Do you have any tips that I may have missed in this video? Leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you liked what you saw today, please give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe with the notifications on so you stay in the loop when I post new videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon.